Yeah, I'm gonna try to come up with a layout on here for 31 Edo, and to do that I have to go into Scale Workshop. And like stagger the intervals. I don't have to, but I'm gonna do this because the Linnstrument's probably too small to do 31. So if I basically do like kind of like a kite guitar and do every other edos step horizontally instead of just going in order, I might have enough range for it to really be playable in 31. But I'm not sure how I want to set it up. My big question, well, I know how I'm gonna set it up, but I don't know how much I want the offset between the rows to be. I don't know if I want to do thirds. I'm probably gonna go with thirds. Once I figure that out, I think there's not much to it. There won't be much more to it. So D-tags. Xenharmonic wiki, yeah. Just trying to find like how big the neutral third is. I'm kind of thinking maybe I want vertically for it to be neutral thirds. Or do I want to do fourths? I don't know. The thing is, I want the minor thirds to be accessible. Or I want all the thirds to be accessible, but I don't know if... I don't know. I think I'm just going to try... I'm going to try doing an offset of 9. So basically, as you go up a row, it'll be a neutral third. We'll just see how that goes. And I guess I'll put on some music or something. What's something good? So I'm gonna finish that Horse Lords album. So keep going with that, I guess. Go 16. make the keyboard. Load up that keyboard mapping. I don't see it. Thought I put it in here. Maybe put it in the wrong folder. I don't see it. Let's see it here. See right there, 31 equal. This isn't the right folder. Maybe I'm looking for the wrong thing. Now there it is. I'll do this. This is still an F sharp. But it's F sharp 1. Is it just happenstance? That's F sharp 1. F sharp 1. I don't have a 22. Hey, this is always F sharp 1. Let's try this one. It's F sharp 1. So no matter what, this note always sounds F sharp 1. you are a good producer. I know you mentioned that before, but I hadn't heard any of your music. But yeah, I was pretty impressed. I think I just listened to that first one on SoundCloud, but it sounded really good. But yeah, it'll be cool to hear what you cook up when you start really digging into the microtones and mix that with the with your production chops. That'll be really cool. I'm trying to get there myself. I don't have much experience in that domain, but I've been learning a lot the last like two years and some change. The collage one, I don't know what it was. It was I looked up or I had your thing pulled up and I just clicked on your name. And then it might have been this one. Yeah, it was just this thing. And yeah, I'll probably check out more later on, but you need another idea to pair with it. You make a spooky beat, but you need grander context. Yeah. I know what you mean there. Yeah. It's hard for me to finish something if I don't have a form. Like if it doesn't turn into a larger form like pretty early on in the writing process, I'll kind of just lose the whole idea eventually. Some stuff if I really like a part, I'll kind of keep going back to it over and over again until I finally can find a place for it. But more often than not, if the form doesn't come together for me like pretty much right away, it's just one or the other. Like 99.9% everything I ever come up with, I just forget about it. I just don't stick with it. Most of it's just like exploration leading to something else, hopefully something better, but not always. Just basically whatever I end up having a form for. That's what I stick with. And actually, I have like this song I put out. It's on my Bandcamp. It's like the closer to my most recent album I put out. And there were ideas in there that I literally just kind of had for like years and years. And I couldn't let go of the ideas, but they didn't really have a good spot. And I rewrote the song like so many times. And then when I finally finished it, it was like really long and convoluted. I'm still not happy with it. I'm kind of just like, well, at least like the ideas in there that I really wanted to put out are out there, but it was like one of my most poorly written pieces in my opinion. Just because like the ideas in that song I feel like deserve a better song. You don't work like that. You just try to rip through an album worth of an idea and move on. I get more like that, I guess, in a way. I don't know. Not really. I try to be as deliberate as possible. I don't know how else to put it. Like when I was younger, I was less deliberate. I was more like just, find an idea that's cool and run with it. Don't overthink it, because that's my tendency, is to overthink things. But now I stopped fighting it at a certain point though. I just had to a little like an improv. Well, I do a lot of improv too. I mean, I mean, you've seen me do it on stream. I just like noodle. I like to. I don't know if it's really improv. It's like I like to noodle around, and that's usually how I end up coming to some ideas. I'll kind of just mess around forever. It feels like it goes nowhere, and then I don't know what happens, but I get into a state where I start having the ideas, and I can start putting it together. But like I mostly just like wander around aimlessly. The hip hop producer scene was a big influence on you. Oh, that's cool. That was actually, yeah. They're very proud that they can make a beat in 10 minutes. Oh, right on. I mean, that's awesome. I mean, shit. I wish I could finish something in 10 minutes. That'd be sick. They do lots of time challenges like beat battles. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I don't know that my process is. I can't really pinpoint the influence. It's kind of just an extension of my own personality, I guess. But I don't know. I definitely had like friends coming up. We definitely shared ideas. I'm sure we influenced each other a lot, but you came out of that space. I mean, like Brennan Burns, he's one of my biggest like he's like one of the microtonal composers I kind of admire the most and really kind of want to. I'm trying to get where he's at basically. Just my own version of that. Well, just in the sense that he self produces albums and they sound really full, and you might even think like a band played it. Well, you might get a drummer, I'm not sure, but I'm basically trying to get to that same like space of being self-reliant, like being able to produce my own stuff from the ground up, and it sound really full and developed, and do something microtonal. But he recently put out an album, and he said that half of the songs he wrote in one day as part of a challenge, and that's kind of similar to what you're talking about. But stuff like that, like when he said that, I was like, what the hell? How do you How do you just do it in a day? What kind of skills do the microtonal guys have? Do they come from a lot of Yeah, it's a lot of varied backgrounds. There's more academic composers. Brendan Burns, he's a rock guy. He plays guitar. I'm sure he played in rock bands growing up and all that. I'm assuming that's what it looks like, but I think he went to school and studied too. Studied music. I don't know that much about him, but I think he's a music teacher actually. So and I'm a piano teacher. I don't know if he does it like that, like in private studios, or teaches at a school or what, but I don't know, like Zia Rose is like a voice teacher. And like, but there's a lot of varied backgrounds. There's, like the Mercury Tree and Brennan Burns, those guys come from like rock backgrounds. I'm pretty sure Zia Rose does too, to some extent. But they also know how to produce pretty well. They also have like pretty good production chops because they pretty much make their own material. But then there's a lot of people that make microtonal music, like Kyle Gann. He's like more like a serious academic composer. Is there any elitism from the academics? I haven't seen too much of that. The biggest like the most like snootiness I've seen in the microtonal scene has actually been like just from JI purists. And I don't know why that is, but like the really diehard JI fans, they're like all about JI. It's just, that's the only thing I notice. And they're not just academics. They're just the people who are really into JI. They don't think a Edo is even worthwhile if it doesn't approximate JI. And even the JI purists are kind of fractured because once Zia Rose kind of showed up, and she showed up a little before I got into this, but when I got into it, she had just started like becoming an influence. But she like created her own form of JI purism basically, and calls it primordialism, and so now there's a fracturing in the JI among the JI purists. There's the low limit purists who are like the old school ones, like influenced by I always forget that guy's name, but he was Kyle Gann's teacher or whatever. I gotta start remembering that guy's name. But Harry Parch. And yeah, when you say is there a godfather of Western microtonality, it's probably Harry Parch, arguably. Now, with the theory, one of the biggest theory guys is Irv Wilson. But he didn't really make music, but he did a lot of microtonal theory. And he's kind of just obsessed with music from a purely intellectual standpoint. So Irv Wilson's like a pure theorist. But Harry Parch, he was all about 11 limit, just intonation. But it's small, of course, it's a niche thing, but it's a lot bigger than you might think. I mean, there's just so many microtonalists. If you just look at the whole world, I mean, there's a lot of microtonal musicians. There's a lot of microtonal music that's out there, and it keeps growing. I mean, it's kind of blowing up. I think right now it's still very underground, but I think it's growing faster now than it ever has. But yeah, I'm probably not even the guy to ask, but if I had to like choose a godfather, it would be Harry Parch. He was just so diehard into it. He built his own instruments. He created his own tuning system. Lamont Young definitely like contributed, but it's just that he did so much outside of that. Harry Parch kind of was just a microtonalist. He's kind of like the first. He's like the only composer I know about who was like basically just a microtonalist, and he took it really far too. Like is he from a classical school? He was a really interesting guy. He was kind of he reminds me a bit of like a beat poet, because he was like a homeless guy. He was a train hopper for years and years. He's like a brilliant guy. I think he like was like a polymath. Like he spoke a bunch of languages and was like really expert in like a lot of domains. And when he speaks, he's like extremely like, obviously like articulate and erudite, or however you say that word. He's obviously like very educated, intelligent guy. And I I don't know if it's wrong, but you think about classical getting fucked around 1900s, and you're bundling microtonality into that. That's the thing. Is like it's that he didn't. Harry Partch is almost like the opposite of that. Like the he's about as far from an elitist as you can get. I mean, the guy was literally like a hobo. And if I don't know if that rubbed off on the microtonal scene, but I haven't seen a lot of that kind of like classist snobbery. I haven't really seen any of that. There's definitely a lot of like really math. There's definitely like a lot of microtonalists who are more into the math and more into the theory. But and that's a little weird for a music scene, but there's a lot who, they just learn the theory to make the music. I mean, right now probably the biggest microtonal like composer and biggest influence presently, if I had to guess, is probably Savish. I don't know if you're familiar with Savish, but I mean he's the reason we have like Scale Workshop. And there's nothing elitist about Savish. He knows the theory, but he always says, it's not. He doesn't even really care about that stuff. He just wants to make music with it. Is there any weird math software you can compose with? That's a good question, but I don't know. I'm sure, but I don't know. That's not my thing. I mean, I wouldn't know where to look, and I haven't heard of anything like that. Yeah. I'm not that mathematically inclined. I don't find it that interesting on in its own. I don't like do it for its own sake, so I don't find that stuff that interesting. I'm like, I was always good at math in school and all that, but it's just never my thing. I don't dislike it. I don't really like it. I don't really have strong feelings about it either way. I will say this: when I did a lot of math in like high school and stuff, it would kind of calm me down. I remember that. I think like pushing that part of my brain. But now I think I do that with music. So, and music's more interesting because I just think art is more interesting. You fell out of love with it. High school, what was your favorite? Did a year of advanced math degree, but you dropped out. Yeah, I got a lot of people in my family who are mathematically inclined. Like my dad is quite math brained and science brained as well. He's a very like. It's honestly, if you look at my family, it's kind of strange that I got into art at all because there's no one really like that. Especially in my immediate family. But yeah, my dad, my sister, my nephew is like maybe like a math genius. Like he literally, he's 5 years old and he does like multiplication. Like I was like seeing if he could do exponents, and he was doing exponents. Like not like super crazy big ones, but he was doing math with like 7-digit numbers and stuff. It's like insane. He's 5. And no one's like really teaching him that. Like when I see him, I'll start to quiz him because I know he's like kind of obsessed with numbers. But yeah, it's pretty nuts. He's like so competent. You got the same marks as your best friend. He went on to a math PhD. Yeah, I remember doing math was always work to me. And a lot of stuff in school, I could just like if it was anything more abstract like what is it, like my AP Lit class and all that. I I didn't really have to focus that hard. I just read the book and then I just write some BS, and I I do fine in that. And then but in math, if I didn't like study and do the practice problems and all that, it wouldn't click. And a lot of times I felt like I needed extra help to understand it and like get it into my head. And I just never felt like as competent with it. I mean, my test scores, I'm like neck and neck. Like my SAT, my math, and my language were the same score. I think my language was 10 points higher. So I literally like one or two questions better. But my experience with them are quite different. Math is just a little less intuitive for me. You love the challenge and the repetition. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, that's what I get out of music. That's for sure. But that's another thing I like about. It's one thing I like about music. I feel like music is a bridge, and kind of however you approach it, it will bridge your interests. Because for me, like the abstraction that comes from like, you know, like reading and writing, you get a bit more abstraction, like abstract communication, like paint a picture. And with math, you get, you're like portraying a logic. You're like communicating some kind of logic, if that makes any sense. And in music, you kind of combine those. You kind of create your own logic. I mean, I guess you do that in language too, to some extent. But I think like it just feels like it's almost like in between when you're doing music, or it can be. It can be like, it can sit like right in the middle of those, which is really cool. English, you were way worse at. But yeah, I always find it interesting. Like everybody, like music, like brings in uh, everybody. Everybody loves music pretty much. So from all different backgrounds and competencies and all that, and it's always interesting to see like how like how people's different like competencies and comfort zones like translates into their output and their preferences and all that. Anyway, I should find some more music though. I don't know. Do you have any other recommendations? I'm thinking of going to Now Zen, checking out. Oh, is there a new one? Oh, there's a new Now Zen. That's cool. Could listen to some of that Matthew Sheeran stuff. Yeah, I'm making the layout. I'll show you what I have. Zen is exciting because you've never made use of your math skills in music. Yeah, that's a big attraction for a lot of people. So yeah, I think that is a neat thing about it. It does kind of let you use your brain more. Oh, you made a script already? Holy shit. Well, let me show you what I got, I guess. And can I use the script? How does it work? That was fast. This is what I have. Yeah, I would love to try it. Yeah, absolutely. Um, yeah, I was just like doing every other number, and I kind of organized it into. But yeah, let me try the script because it'll be Oh, YouTube's blocking it. I don't know if you're on Twitch. I'm on Twitch too. It's just Xenpilled. This is the or if you can hide the link somehow, just write the word daughter. I think you've done that before. I can probably make it. I can probably make it work. But yeah, there's a new Nouns in. I want to check that out. I kind of listen to some of this guy's stuff. Soda Dot. Have I heard King Gizzard's microtonal stuff? Might be able to see the comments through YouTube Studio. I'm on YouTube Studio. That's what I'm looking at right now. Look up Rattlesnake. Alright. Oh, on the last stream. Okay. I'll check that out. They have a Bandcamp. Alright, let me pull up that link too. Yeah, I've heard some King Gizzard. They're not bad. I know they have that the microtonal guitars and stuff. I mean, they're probably one of the biggest. I don't know why I'm not getting the comment. You said it's on the last stream. Let me see. I don't see it. Try to paste it in chat. I guess YouTube like is really anti-link. I don't know why. You can't send messages on YouTube, can you? They should let you do that. If you're on Discord, I'm on Discord too. It's just I think it's Stale Fleas. You can message me there. Alright. Rattlesnake King. Man, they got a lot of output. Holy shit. Yeah, I've heard some of Flying Microtonal Banana. Did I pass it? You're gonna say on Discord. Alright, right on. It's not this, is it? Oh, it is. Rattlesnake King Gizzard. Oh, duh. Okay. Linnstrument. On Twitch. Ooh. Interesting. Okay. Let's try this. Oh, this is awesome. Where's the website? Here we go. Oh, there you go. Damn, you figured it all out. So press the green. Yeah, I was trying to figure that part out too, and I was getting so confused. All right, press the green flag. Oh, cool. Load this up and search. I need the keyboard in that too. And then it said to set to transpose so that it's 0? Do I go all the way down? How does that work? Yeah. Try that. What's going on? Well, it's not it's not starting on the right spot. Maybe I need to transpose this too. Alright. Oh shit. Go one more. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh, sick. Oh, this is awesome. Yeah, I had to set it up on here, but it's not that bad. Just have to remember to like reset it. There's probably a way to get it to line up, but if you just have it normal, oops, this note's here for some reason, but you can transpose it down so that, oh, gotta go one more, so that it lines up. I'm sure there's a way to get it to load right, but you might have to like now they all should work. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, because it like always wants to start that on F sharp. I don't know why. So let me come up with a good mapping for 31. So how many octaves do we have? That doesn't sound right. Yeah, the only thing is that this is... Oh, man, you know what? We should... I just realized, like, because of the way Scala works, this note should be... Wait, let me see. Yeah, this note should be... Maybe the bottom row should be even. So you can start with a 1, and then start with a 0, start with 2 1, you know, and then we'll go 2, because this step is one edo step, and then all the other ones are 2 edo steps. But this is literally what I was gonna do. I would have made this exact same mistake. That was literally what I was doing. But yeah, I think to really get it exact, it should be 2. Start on 2, and then this one will be odd, and then this will be even, because it starts on 0. Scale Workshop supports stuff like -3/15. Wait, this is 2. What am I saying? Is this right? Wait, is this right? Oh, maybe it's right. Never mind. That is the mistake I would have made. What am I saying? No, never mind. Forget I said all that. Alright. I didn't even look at what I was playing. Alright. No, we're good. We're good. So this is it. Alright. I'm confused at why. How do we have an octave here though? Let me see. It looks like it does. Yeah, it does. It does, yeah. So why is this? Let me look. If this that looks right. 7. It seems like you shouldn't be able to get an octave from here to here. So look at that. Or should you? My column. My column offset is at 16. Oh no, I see what you mean. That's my row offset. Oh, what does it say this note is? Eight one. Oh no, I'm just I'm just confusing myself. Okay, so no, that makes sense. So it should be here because 31's an odd number. I'm just yeah. Anyway, that's good. Yeah, that's good. I think we're good. So that makes sense. All right. So you shouldn't get unisons, but you should have every octave. Depends on the step sizes you choose. Right, yeah. No, this is amazing. Yeah, this is killer. And and since you have this, like it's easy to just play with unisons are still possible. Yeah, I mean yeah, just with I'm just thinking of this specific do you have unisons in this? Oh, I wouldn't think so. Would you? Maybe you would. If they're far apart. Or wait, no, does that make sense? But it should have quite a few octaves. So that's 3 octaves right there. So that's not bad. I mean, that's more than I. And if you really wanted to, you could try other offsets too. Yeah, this is killer. So I'm gonna send this to Kite. There is a unison, but it's out of Linnstrument's range. Kite has the big Linnstrument, but I'll just show him that this exists. I mean, this is awesome because you can try so many different things now. You can try so many different tunings. That's sick. Anyway, let me try to come up with a thing for this. Yeah, that's awesome. You came up with that so fast. I was like racking my brain, like how do you get the note to line up, like the bottom note and all that. And then like I was thinking that first one was wrong because just because the way I was approaching it, I would have done that wrong. And yeah, I mean you got it all figured out like in one day. That's pretty crazy. It's pretty impressive. You tried some ones where the grid is better than hexagons. I mean, yeah, I mean I have no idea how one would do this, so I'm very impressed. Very impressed. I couldn't do it, let's say that. But yeah, it's killer. Cause yeah, the way I was gonna do it, like my bottom note was gonna be wrong. My first row was gonna be too short, and I see that now that I've done this, loaded this up. But yeah, I was getting confused about the octaves because I, for some reason, was like thinking like there shouldn't be any overlap between any of the rows, but because 31's an odd number, they will, unless you do, you know. I mean, like a large enough step skip, I guess. Oh, not long. I just since I started stream, and I got a little distracted too. Oh, Dom sent some more music. All right, let's check this out while is this microtonal though? I do want to kind of keep it. I mean, I can check it out. That does sound weird. It's like spectralist or something. What is this? Oh well, it's not a big deal. But yeah, just like an hour, maybe, and with distractions. So, but all right, let me see. One, two, three, four, five, six. So up 3/2. Yeah, what's really badass about this is that if it just like doesn't seem right or whatever, it's like so easy to adjust. Just like try a different offset, either direction. It's just open this thing up and try the different offset. What was that? That's killer. Might try I really want to listen to this Sada Dodd for a bit. Yeah, it would be, I mean, yeah. That would be crazy. It'd be so much effort. Oh, does he have some music?
Are we there yet?
So what scale do I want to do? I just want to do major? Probably. Do diatonic. So if I remember, it's 7. 7 is a whole step, and then 3 is a half step. So it's not gonna work here. Yeah, this is gonna be annoying though, figuring out the lights. So you don't even have the 387 here. Maybe I should try a different route. I could just choose. Oh, it's 5. Yeah, it's 5. I'm sorry. Yeah. It's 5. Yeah. So if you. So right now, if I go up 1, it's 9. So right now it's 9. So that would be 7. So I'm only gonna get the up major 3rd. So major 3rd is 10. What's a 5th? 18. Maybe like that my root. So what is that? 4, just the 9th. Just arbitrarily make this the root so it looks a little cleaner. Sounds weird, but I guess that's right. So, so 5 is a, wait. Wait, this isn't right, because these are not 5. Ah. So this would be, You might make a script to generate the lights. Yeah, that'd be insane. That was not that great. It was fine though. Let's do one or two more.
Let me catch you up. Riley's officially a teenager now, which means more emotions. Anxiety. Hello?
So now this is something. I'll mark these off. I guess this is the same. That's 4, shouldn't it be? Oh wait, no, that's 8. That's 8. That makes sense, because major third's 10. Perfect's 18. Okay. So this actually checks out. What? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh, 8 is a minor third. 10's a major third. And then this is a mid third, down minor third. So this should be 5, right? It's 9, 7, 5. This is fucking flute. What the hell is this? We'll try something else. I'm sure it's wonderful if you really sit down and listen to it. Maybe I'll go back to these guys. Melopea. Steve Musk. I haven't listened to Steve Muisky. Pentachrist. Holy shit. Oh, 15 tet. Yeah, let's see what's happening. 9. Alright. Um, that sounds right. So this is 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 13. So this minor third is 8. Perfect fourth is 13. Oh, that's interesting. It has like a playable scale shape. It is different though. But I like how it's diagonal. Oh, this is also annoying me. So I'm sorry, Pentachrist. It's not you. It's hard to find music you can have in the background while you're trying to actually think of stuff. But let me try that Matthew Sheeran, Aisley Blackwood stuff. Is there like a playlist with all of them? Oh, we have some unisons here. There we go. Cool. Interesting. So this shape. That's right. Two, four, 6, 8, 10. It's 9, 7, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. I guess that is right. Yeah. that's not right. Is it? I don't think so. No, it's not okay. So, what is this now? You get jump scared by that. Is it really loud? It's really quiet where I'm sitting. Oh no. Do I need to turn down my system volume or something? Oh well. This one is like I can see it, but it's so different from everything else I've done on here that it's a bit of a brain breaker. It's the 4th. What is this? This is the 5th. guess this is this and I wonder if I should do something more a little more elaborate. Do I think it's worth embracing the chaos or trying to rise above it? Kind of like chaos. I think chaos is like inherent to the structure of the universe. Whatever that means. I guess I embrace it, but at the same time, I think part of like making, I don't know, that's such a deep question, I guess. It's like when you're making art, like what are you doing, you know? Like to some degree it just seems like a random impulse. And for some of us it's kind of like a random obsession. But I think, I don't know, I guess applying it here to microtonal music, I like to jump into what seems like a seemingly chaotic, meaningless world, or which would be, you know, all these smaller intervals, and then to make sense of them, and through like playing with it and exploring it and just constantly revisiting it and familiarizing myself with it, like that, the experience of making something that initially seems like incomprehensible and nonsensical and even to some extent scary, and then like making it seem normal and even mundane, the process of rendering it from one to the other is I find deeply satisfying. And so I do think like I don't know if chaos is always the right word, but it's definitely like a similar sort of thing, like kind of. It's not necessarily about rising above it, but maybe about, maybe in a way, and when you start to understand it, you kind of retroactively realize it's like it wasn't chaos in this case. Like when you deal with like some more like advanced harmony, even like not in microtonality, but like you might think that like the tuning can be chaotic. Yeah, for sure. But that's kind of my interface. That's how I interface with it, I guess. Like I like the kind of overwhelming, kind of inconquerable, like stature of it, microtonality. But I relate it to other things I've done in music, where it felt very similarly overwhelming. In fact, very early on in my experience becoming a musician, the whole thing seemed very overwhelming. In fact, anytime I start thinking about money, you can totally exclude the microtones. The whole thing seems completely overwhelming and impossible. So to me, that kind of struggle with the with the impossibility of it, and to some extent the incomprehensibility of it. I find that really satisfying, even though it's really hard sometimes, emotionally and mostly. But tuning can be chaotic. You can try to wrangle something normal out of it, but then is that in some way dishonest, or does it represent the system the best? I mean, if say it's inherently chaotic and you can't make sense of it, then I guess it depends on whether you think that's the point or not. Because, I mean, to me, that's not... I don't really enjoy coming up with music that doesn't have some kind of, like, form or logic to it. It doesn't necessarily have to have, like, a concept behind it. But there should be... If I'm gonna commit to an idea, it should have something behind it, whether that is conceptual or preferably something more emotional. But a lot of times it's just some concept, or it's just an idea I'm exploring, trying to learn about. At the very bare minimum, like, I feel like I should learn something about music by writing it. Not by writing it, but by publishing it. Like, I'm not gonna put it out there if I didn't at least learn something from it. And but preferably it has some kind of emotion behind it, some feeling behind it. Am I into Xenakis? I mean, I'm familiar with Xenakis to some extent. I'm not into him really. I do like some of the music. I do appreciate that, like, his composition is, like, just the way he goes about it. Although I don't know much about it, I do understand that it's very very different. Like, he's very non-specific, but you can listen to Xenakis and it still sounds like Xenakis, and it still has a particular mood and all that. I do think that's quite impressive. You know, I don't know if he's the first one to like write music in that way, but pure chaos is different from using chaos in a musical context. Can still have emotion behind it. Yeah, I mean, you can use chaos in a musical context for sure. I mean, I do a lot. I mean, one of my old bands, Doom Salad, I played with for years. We did, like, very chaotic math rock, and I really enjoyed doing it. But I was kind of, a lot of times I was the kind of the person in the band trying to form things out more.
And we're back. The team is looking down the barrel of a 4:55 meeting.
Can they turn it around and make this meeting an email?
Jones is taking the ball.
I mean, the noise stuff is, like, interesting. It's definitely not my thing, though. We have kind of a scene for this in Atlanta, where I live, and it's not like huge or anything, but we have a lot of, like, noise artists and noise influenced stuff, and also kind of like a more classical, like, acoustic version of that, where you get a lot of musicians playing like there's a musician here who does a lot of this style of improv, and they even do it in groups, but he'll, like, play his ukulele it's all acoustic, but he'll just do this kind of like really chaotic, off the cuff improv stuff, and he writhes around like this guy, and like he'll even start like singing, and it's really insane, and kind of like puts you in this, kind of puts you in the moment in a way. But there's a part of me though that I know they're like serious and all that, but there's a part of me that always laughs at this shit. Like I don't know why I can't take that seriously the same way I can take Xenakis seriously. I'll say that. But I do appreciate it though. It does put you in a space. I'm not like putting it down like it's not art or anything. I don't think I think it's it's like the manifestation. It's like I'm very they're in the same area. Oh, for sure, but it's just like I feel like I'm really inspired by like the Renaissance artists and the just like that lifelong pursuit and the discipline and kind of the like devotion to a craft. I feel like this sort of thing, that like this Glenn Branca thing, and it reminds me of like Yoko Ono too. Just that there is something very primal and in the moment and like visceral that's attractive in a way. I appreciate it. It's just not like I could never do this. And, you know, so I do admire it to some extent. But, I also would never try to do this. I don't have that desire in me. It's almost, in a way, it's kind of the opposite of what I do. And, I'm not against it, but there's a part of me that literally just laughs at it. I don't know. What drugs is he on? What is high on life, man? What do you mean? Yeah, what drugs is he not on? Let's start there. Process of elimination. He's not on any antipsychotics. We know that. He's not on any tricyclics. No, I mean, it's cool, don't get me wrong. I'll say this, I'm not that cool. I'm like, definitely not that cool. You don't see me doing that. It's kind of hoppers. But it's funny though, isn't it? But I love it when they, like the noise artists, they get the desk, and they just start beating on it. It just makes a ton of noise. And in Doom Salad, we did really chaotic math rock, and well, not like the most chaotic, but it was pretty chaotic. It was a good mixture because, you know, we did have like structure, but we also we mixed it up a little bit. But we played with some really kind of noisy kind of artists, like literal just noise rock bands and stuff. And like one of the bands, like it was just like there's like a bass guitar and a drum kit, and the bass was like so just distorted to death with like the craziest boutique pedals, and you know, and it was just this wall of distortion, and then the drummer was just going nuts the whole time, just like going crazy like Don Cab style, but less like intentional, less like written out. And you know, the guy would just start banging his bass on the ground. That thing must have been made out of like pure titanium, because he plays with the same bass and just like drops it on the ground like every show. And it was just really cool, like catharsis, you know. And you get really into it too when you're watching it. But But at the same time, a part of me is like, you know, you're just like banging on shit. Like, who's gonna like? I can bang on shit. I mean, I won't. You'll never see me do that. But I mean, yeah. It's like, what's it take to bang on some shit? You know? I don't know. But it's very cool, and they were really cool guys too, and I'd play with them again in a heartbeat. But yeah, I you won't see me doing that. That's all. That's how you feel about people that play only open chords on guitar. Yeah, at least there's something like kind of brave about like really putting yourself out there in a really uninhibited way. Or maybe it's brave. Maybe they're like missing a part of their brain or something. I don't know. But like, you know, it's really easy to just play like one shape and move it around. And, you know, everyone has their like, and maybe I'm just a condescending prick, but everybody has like their people they can like, you know, throw their nose up at. But you know, nah, you know, I think it's all good. I learned something from everybody. That's for sure. You made some pretty noisy techno end of last year. Hell yeah. I mean, and whether you like it or not, like it has an influence. Like even though I'm not like a free like in the moment noise artist, like just the tones and everything, and the vibe, and but like especially from just looking at the timbres and all that comes out of that, and kind of the energy, like that influences my aesthetic, and you know you can't deny that. Like it still is like still culturally significant, even if it's kind of on an underground level. That stuff bubbles up. Not that I'm up. I mean, I'm as obscure as anyone. I'm more obscure than anyone, in fact, but with the exception of a very proud few. But industrial music is dope. It's spread to so many different genres. Industrial rock. Yeah, I mean, all that shit, like, you know, it all matters. And it's cool to have, like, it's cool to have it, to be in a world where it can all exist, you know. Because, you know, I love experimental music. And if you're not getting some kind of like, I don't know how to put it, like kind of silly shit happening with it, it's really not that open, you know. Because art can get too serious, and it can get too silly. But when you have spaces where they kind of intermingle or commingle, those tend to be the spaces I occupy the most, I want to say. Describing Frank Zappa, yeah, probably, yeah. Well, definitely, I mean, for sure. I mean, he definitely kind of like personifies that to some extent. Yeah. But even I mean, like, you know, sometimes an artist is earnestly approaching something, is going for something, and it just comes off as just silly, whether you want it to or not. I think Frank Zappa had a sense of humor and was very self-aware in that regard. But, you know, he's also like pretty pretentious guy. But you know, he's great. I mean, he writes some great shit. I mean, that's for sure. Also writes a lot of like just really funny songs. And I'm not the biggest Frank Zappa fan, but I appreciate him as well. But yeah, he definitely like a huge inspiration to to a lot of people and a lot of people that I know. um, so it looks like I think this is it. A lot of them just didn't have a sense of humor. Yeah. Crazy. So now we have a 31 layout. That's badass. Man, that's great. I want to mess with this for a little bit, and then I'll go ahead and sign off. But yeah, this is this tool that Romeolz came up with is incredible. So yeah, this really opens up Linnstrument. I'll mess with 31 for a little bit, see how it goes, and then I'll probably well, I'm definitely gonna send this to Kite. See what he thinks. And yeah, like between this and the Vidat, there's definitely you're making the automatic color generator. Oh, that's awesome. Does it well, yeah, that'll be cool. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that too. Yeah. But yeah, I'll probably not right away, but after a couple days, I'll go on Facebook and post these resources on there. And I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll do a little video, just a video to showcase these kind of to showcase the Linnstrument. As a microtonal controller. But it's just thinking about it. I just don't even want to do it now. But I don't know who else is going to do it. Because I don't know who else is playing this. I mean, a couple people are doing it microtonally. But I don't know if any of them are going to make that kind of video. So I might do it. It'd be good to have some music examples, but maybe not. Maybe that's not really necessary. Alright, I'm gonna noodle in this for, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes, and then I'm probably gonna get going. But I should be back tomorrow. But I'm going to do this for a little bit. See, I haven't been able to... play in 31 yet. Is kind of overwhelming. So much you can do. You can change almost any note by one edostep and it still sounds cool. Yeah. Well, that'd be 2, I guess. So yeah, chromatic motion on this will be odd, but I could probably get used to it. Okay. I guess it's not that bad. That's kind of easy, actually. I don't know if I'm skipping any. I think I was. That's confusing. I wonder if I should just color code more than notes. Because it is a weird layout. This is a fifth. This is a second. This is a fourth. It's a third. It's a third. It's a minor third. Is there like a chromatic scale in 31? Oh, that's a good idea. Flats, sharps, double flats. Sounds like a lot of work. Holy moly. So, yeah, if your script is gonna do it, maybe I'll just see how that goes. But if I could at least get like the just the regular chromatic alterations. The neat thing about 31 is there's a bit of theory already behind it. Am I missing some? What's this? I wonder if I'm missing any notes. I don't think so. Sounds so good. Yeah, I'll probably share this in the Facebook group, like maybe even later tonight or this morning, whatever it is. Because this is a really good tool. All right. Anyway, I'm kind of like brain fried though, so I think I'm gonna come back to this tomorrow. I might play with it between now and tomorrow, but I'm gonna go do some other stuff first. But yeah, I'll probably share this on Facebook on the microtonal groups. And let me get this saved. And send it to Kite as well. And yeah, I'm so excited to get into this. But yeah, 31, so many notes, holy moly. They do major 7. You can't do it that way. You can do it that way though. I wonder if this is... Is that the harmonic? It's either that one or that one. Let's go take a look. I have to do a lot. I'm gonna have to do a lot of like sitting here and analyzing the shit out of this. I think if I get a little more sophisticated color layout, it'll help. So that's the harmonic 7th. $25. The major 7 is 28, so it's $31, $29, $27. Oh, it's actually here. Oh, right on. Interesting. I like that one more, honestly. It's a mid 7th. Almost octave. Oh yeah, I mean, hey, if it's done tomorrow, that's insane. But yeah, again, I mean, this is huge. I mean, thank you so much for making the script. I know for me personally, it's like a game changer. I mean, you can do it manually, but I mean, just that this makes it so much more convenient, and you can do it a lot more. You know, you can feel a lot more free to experiment with it because if if it doesn't work out, you just try a different one. Just throw it in the program, and it's so yeah. But yeah, if you get the light thing done at any point, let me know. I'll be eager to test it out. But yeah, I'm gonna share this with the microtonal groups on Facebook. I might go back and on the Zen Harmonic Alliance to share it there on the Discord. Cause yeah, I think anyone who might be curious about might be reluctant to try an Linnstrument because of the smaller size. This really might open things up. But anyway, have a good one. I'm gonna get going pretty soon myself, so but I just want to play around a little longer. That sounds cool. This shape is like actually quite nice, I gotta say. But you can tell it's gonna be I mean, yeah, you can get it like, you can get it all legato. It's like way different from like most of the layouts on here so far remind me of a guitar, but this like actually kind of feels like its own because it's kind of diagonal and you kind of have to play diagonal. I actually kind of like that though, because that's sort of my least favorite thing about the Linnstrument so far is like when the playing gets too vertical. I've been trying to avoid layouts where it's like too vertical, and this one's like not just diagonal, but with the offset it's like, I don't know, it's even more diagonal. Now it's still only like three octaves, but and that was kind of my gripe about my 22 layout that I had before, which that'd be another interesting thing to do, would be to go back and like try even some smaller edos, like 22 for instance, and do like 2 alternating 11 edo rows, stuff like that. But considering it's 31, and you could expand it too if you just modified the offset more. I think that might be really confusing to try to perform in, but maybe down the line I'll even try stuff like that, like do a column offset of 3 instead of 2. I'm too scared to try it right now, but if you did that, you would get even more range. I don't know, it might work out. It might be just fine, I don't know. But since 31's a prime number, like there's no, I don't think any notes would get lost if you had an offset of 3, as long as your row offset is not too large, or yeah, something like that. But I think understanding it would be difficult. I will say though, like, I almost want to like color code. Like, it's weird because, I mean, you can see it. It says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And it's interesting because the small steps actually look larger. I mean, it has a pattern that's intuitive enough. It is not as easy to like just see them. I mean, you can see, well, this is a fifth, so that's nice. But like a third is over here. That's kind of weird. I mean, you could set it up differently too. You have thirds right here as well. But here's like the major. Pretty sure the minor is, where's the minor? Yeah, the minor is next to the major third. So you kind of have your weird thirds right here. The neutral. Sub minor, super major. I mean, maybe there's something about that, like just having the weird ones in one spot. Maybe that's kind of a... I think that's true for all of these, right? Because the major sixth is going to be here. The minor sixth is right next to it. And then, this is the fourth. Here's the fifth. So is the mid sixth above the fourth? So the mid third is 9 above wherever you are. The fourth is 13. So 9 above 13 is 22. That's the mid sixth. Okay. So the mid sixth is above the perfect fourth. So that's nice. So right underneath that, let me double check that. 13, 22. Okay. So you have the down minor. So you have the mid, the sub minor, and the super major sixth are right there. Then you have your major sixth, minor sixth, are right there. And then the minor seventh. Is not so the lit up major seventh right below that's the minor seventh. So like the so basically like the traditional chords are kind of in intervals, are kind of right near each other. But then the weird ones are kind of right near each other. And then, so you kind of have like the normal world is sort of lit up, and then there's an alternative. The alternative world is kind of in its own little nest. So, major third, neutral third, minor third, neutral third. Oops. Let's see if that applies to the fifths. I mean, I guess kind of. I mean, that whole area is sort of weird, but you go down, you get a diminished fifth. If you go down from the fifth, the lit up fifth, you get a diminished fifth. And then if you go up, you get a down minor sixth. So, and then from the fourth, if you go up, you get the augmented fourth. So from the major sixth, so where's the mid fifth? That's kind of that whole region, I guess. So from here, so where's my fourth? So that's perfect fifth, mid down fifth or mid fifth, whatever that means. Mid fifth, diminished fifth, augmented fourth, mid fourth, perfect fourth, fourth, mid fourth, augmented fourth, diminished fifth, mid fifth or down fifth, perfect fifth, down fifth, diminished fifth, augmented fourth, up fourth, perfect fourth. It's such a weird zone. Yeah, I like how many sevenths and I like how many. So there's our major seventh. There's our near unison. There's a minor seventh. Minor seventh. Almost octave. And then we have mid seventh, mid neutral seventh, up major. So the neutral seventh is right above the fifth. So like, if you go vertically, it looks like these are all neutral. I don't know if that's true, but if you go up from the root, it's a neutral third. If you go up from the fifth, it's a neutral seventh. What is this? That's the second. So what's above the second? So it'd be 14. It's a neutral fourth, I guess, a mid fourth or whatever. This is the sixth. 6 is 23. It's 32. I guess just diminished second there. I guess that one's not neutral. It's just a up unison or diminished second. That's cool. Just minor 7 with the no, that's because that's a 4. It's like a chord with the third on top. That sounds nice. Yeah, chromatic motion's not as intuitive. I need to learn, like, where's the half step? So it's to the left 5 up 1. Okay. So you can take the same shape and it'd be really a feat to like do anything sophisticated chromatically, which I think it's pretty easy to do chromatic stuff on the Lumitone. But no, it's pretty good though. It's cool. All right, I should get going. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody who watched an hour later. This is actually pretty exciting stuff in my opinion. I know it's a small world, but this microtonal thing is definitely like a niche thing, but anything that like makes it more accessible. And I think with Romeolz, Linnstrument's already accessible. I'm like, it's powerful in terms of doing microtonal music, just with the isomorphic layouts and all that, but I mean, this is definitely like a step forward, so it's pretty cool. All right, anyway, I'll be back, should be back tomorrow around the same time, so have a good one.